I also want to ask you, okay, since you touched on racism,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that Black people can't be racist because we didn't systematically
That's
did
fact.
anything. So,
fact.
do you believe that as Black people, should we become more prejudiced?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I'm using the right prejudice in a certain way where we only look out for each other.
Every other group of people do.
I mean,
It's intelligent.
Yeah.
It's intelligent. Okay, what you really want to ask is, should we be more racist? That's where he was going with it. Right? But he's like, but I don't know. Let me let y'all know something.
Yeah, right? Right term. Yeah.
But let's, so English isn't our first language, right? We're not English. We're not from England. Right? We don't look like none of them. So let's make this clear. If we use the language that they forced and imposed on us properly, don't get mad at us for using your language properly. Racist is demonstrating a degree of how much you love or do not love your race of people. So as the Honorable Ms. Farrakhan said, a pianist, right? A violinist. These are not people who are against things. These are people, this is describing to what degree or level that you have attained in this field. Playing the piano, a pianist, violinist, racist, literally. And it's like, wait a minute, damn, does that fit? Yeah, literally, yes. This is English, right? This is basic English. If you want to be a person who preserves his or her race more, which we're not a race because there's no beginning to us and there's no end. That's another thing I gotta, whatever. Well, for the lack of argument, let's just keep it on the basic, right?
Yeah.
You are being wise and intelligent just like everybody else when you look out for your people first. You can't help him with his broken leg if you got one too. If you don't fix yours first, how you gonna help him with his? Your leg broke. What you look like hopping over there to help him with his broken leg? Brother, you bleed now. How long are you gonna be able to really help him? See, we have to be smart about this. Self-preservation is the law of survival, right? Self-preservation. A Chinese person will not be out here helping everybody else before he helps his or her own Chinese brethren or sister. Italians help Italians first. Mexicans help Mexicans first. I'm with all of that. Whites help whites first for the most part, as you should. And no one should get angry about that or with that. Our problem is we refuse to help ourselves first because we've been convinced and conditioned into believing that we're supposed to love everybody else before we love each other. And that is for the lack of any word that I choose to use other than stupid. Sincerely stupid. Your enemy's laughing at you every time you helping everybody else except for yourself. You are a dumb fool. Literally. Everybody else has their stuff together. How many schools, how many banks, how many grocery stores, how many transportation industries, how many, I would say malls, if you want to go when it comes to shopping, how many airports, how many different systems do we have? We have a few of these things that I just mentioned. We do. We need a whole lot more. We're not in the position to argue for somebody else's fight, somebody else's cause. We're not in that position. Not if we want to call ourselves intelligent people. We're not in a position. So we have to get back to loving ourselves first, which doesn't mean you hate anybody else. That's another thing. Black love does not equal white hate.
Right.
But you have a lot of them who try to throw that guilt trip on you. And it's like, excuse me, I don't like Becky. I don't want Becky. Leave Becky away from me. Thank you. Becky,
That's
go be with you.
With the prejudice word, people would use it as a form of hate, I guess, when they flip it.
You know what's interesting? When I hear people say hate, right? Because we're going, I already know where you're going with it. I know. I'm telling you now, when I hear people use the word hate went from evidence-based actions that took the lives of people. That's where it was first. Stuff that was done, physically done to take the lives of people. That's hatred, ending life. That's hate, right? You're talking about not just Adolf Hitler, but you're talking about Mao. You're talking about, I believe this individual's name is Leopold of Belgium, who exterminated over 12 million Congolese. That's hate.
Right.
You're talking about General Amherst over here who exterminated the natives because he said, aren't you Indians cold? Don't you need these blankets? Which had smallpox in them, right? This is, I want to help you, right? You're talking about all this insanity. That's hatred. That's hatred. How did hatred go from physical things that damage people, remove their livelihood, destroy their families, etc., to now, it's just a feeling that you have because of a word I used? That's hate because I said something you don't like. No, you sensitive as hell. Seriously, you need to get over yourself. And this is why when I get in a room full of white people, the reason why they respect your brother so much is because I don't come in there with the programming. I'm going to speak the truth regardless to whom or what. If you don't like it, that's you. I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to be disrespectful. But I'm going to speak the truth. Now, if you don't like it, that's up to you. That's fine. But the truth has to be spoken or else you're going to continue to be a slave. They want black folks to be a slave. Shut up. Be quiet. To this day, they want us to just not complain about anything, accept whatever we are given, accept horrible treatment, accept the fact that you niggas are still illiterate, still got alcoholism, still got drug issues, still locked up. Your women still have self-hatred. The men have self-hatred. The children out here getting these guns and sticking up people, shooting, robbing, doing all that. We have all these issues. And you tell me that you don't like the fact that I said that I want to be with a black woman and not a white woman. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. No, seriously. You got to stand on it. And don't let them guilt trip you into something that you're not guilty of. Y'all get what I'm saying?